Every time I meet an entrepreneur who talks to me about their business problems, it's either I need to find more clients or I just don't have enough time. I need to find ways to be more productive. And do you know what? Usually it's none of those two things that's actually holding their business back. It's a more underlying root cause problem. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to start uncovering what your root cause problem is inside your business and how to go about fixing it. But before we get on with the video, hit that like button and that subscribe thingy and the notification bell. It helps the YouTube algorithm and encourages me to do more videos that will hopefully help you and your business grow without losing your sanity. Hit it. We're going to start first of all by looking at the problems, and then we're going to start really diagnosing what the fundamental root cause problems might be and how to go about fixing them. At the very end of this video, I'm going to show you some quick techniques and easy ways for you to be able to do all of that and diagnose it and go about trying to fix the main fundamental problem in your business. So make sure you stick around until the very end. So how does this sound? You are working for someone, you hate that crazy boss, 40 hours a week, you don't want to do that. You're not making enough money, so you want to quit your job and you want to start your own business so that you can get that financial freedom, you can get that time freedom, you can make that impact that you've always wanted to do, and you go away and you quit your job and you're so excited and a new day in your life has begun. And then things slowly don't go as planned. So you panic, you scramble, you go and you search on Professor Google for a bit, and Professor Google tells you that this person ran Facebook ads. So you say, that's the answer. Let me go and run Facebook ads. So you go and do that, works out disastrously. And now you go back to Professor Google, and Professor Google has a lot of answers and a lot of different examples for lots of people who have done lots of things. And now instead of working 40 hours a week, you're working 40 hours a day, and your new boss is crazier than the last one. Spoiler alert. That's you. You're stuck in this Groundhog Day where things are just getting progressively worse and you're driving yourself and everyone around you crazy. I don't want that for you. So what we want to do is we want to start to take a step back and think about our business as almost like a product. Like if you're building a house, for example, the first thing is that you have to lay down the foundational so that you can build on top of it in an orderly, structured manner. Because if you don't do that and you don't have the right foundations, the building is going to crumble. Similarly, if you're making a car and building a car, if you don't have an engine, I don't care what paint color you choose or options you put on there, the car is not going to run. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we understand inside this business what these foundational elements are that need to be put and in what order, so that we can tackle which one of these are missing inside the business. And by doing that, we can then identify what we need to tackle and how to go about addressing it. So there are a couple of things at play here. And before I start, it's not your fault. And I am not sort of talking to you from a place of saying, hey, I know better than you, because I've actually been there and I've gone through that sort of whirlwind. Running a business, you're supposed to actually face your fears and face failure and actually welcome it, because by doing that, you're going to take risks and actually learn from that so that you can actually test the market and be able to find out what's working. And to find out what's working, sometimes you need to find out what's not working so that you can actually then tweak these things and optimize them. So two things are really at play here. The first one is this whole thing about us not really knowing how to run a business, and we enter these businesses as employees and we run the business as an employee, and we are our worst enemy because we are trying to be bosses. We're our own hardest critics, and that's one of the reasons. But the second reason as well is that short-term hacks don't work. What we need to do is we need to really understand what these foundational elements are. I'm not going to sort of cover them in great detail because there are other videos on the channel that cover them in more detail, and I'll put the links down below. But if you do want me to cover a specific topic in more detail, please let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to release a video on that topic. First one is mindset. Hear me out. Don't roll your eyes at me, because I know this topic gets underestimated a lot by people, but it is actually the most fundamental foundational element that you need to have inside your business. And I'm not just talking about positive and happy thoughts here. You need to have that CEO mindset. How do you become the CEO of your own business? And I've got a video about it here in terms of how you can break that down. But it's really important to understand that it's not just you working in another job, because you need to know that your business is actually almost a product, as we said before, and you're trying to optimize it. And what you should be doing to work on your business in terms of putting down the strategy, the vision, and how you're going to start getting the right finances for it, and also how you're going to build a team. And if you don't do all of that and you don't believe in all of that, then the team that you're going to build are not going to align with you, and they're not going to believe in what you're doing or your capabilities, and it becomes this kind of vicious circle. So mindset is a really, really important one for yourself, for your business, and for your team. The second one is having a purpose and vision for your business. Because if you don't know where your end destination is, how are you going to actually plan how to get there? How are you going to lay down your strategy? How are you going to align your team to understand where your end destination is? If you don't have those in place, you're going to be trying lots of different hacks here and there and everywhere because you don't know exactly what it is you need to get to. So you're trying all of these things and they're not working and they're not aligned and they're not in the right place or in the right order, and things can become very messy. So the first thing that you really need to do after your mindset is understand what is the purpose of your business? What is the vision behind it? Why are you trying to actually build it? And where is it going to go? And what does success look like for the business? And also, what does success look like for you? Because they can be two very different things. And you need to make sure that you understand those two together in tandem and plan for each and every one of them. The third one is strategy. And if you've seen any of my videos on this channel, you'll know that I'm a huge believer in the importance of strategy. Strategy is not the same as goals. I've got a video about it up here in terms of what the difference between strategy and goals are, and making sure that you've got the right strategy is really going to be one of the key elements that's going to help you grow your business past a certain point. You can get to a certain point without having much strategy, but then once you understood your purpose and vision and put down a strategy to be able to actually get you to that destination, that's when you can grow your business beyond a certain point. Otherwise, it's going to hit a ceiling and not grow after that. Number 4 is, what is your product or service in terms of your offer? Is it sound? Is it really solid? How does it fare up against the competition? And I know a lot of you will say to me, but I don't want to compete. I hate competition. But you're in the real world, and business is about potential clients that you're trying to find. And what they will be doing is they will be shopping around, whether it's in direct competition with you or actually in indirect competition. It could be an alternative, such as when a person goes out in the evening, they can choose to either go for a long dinner, or they might choose a quick dinner and go to watch a movie in a cinema, or actually choose the theater over a cinema. So they are completely different products, but they're all in competition with each other. And you need to understand where your product fits inside the marketplace and how does it compare in terms of when people are making potential decisions to buy your product or service. So making sure that your offer is sound, solid, strong, innovative, stands out from the marketplace is a huge, huge thing that you need to be doing before you even start saying, I can't find enough clients. Number 5 is marketing and sales. Yes, so we finally get to the I need to find more clients section, and 9 times out of 10, a lot of the other things are not in place first. And then when you go and actually try and find clients, it's not going to work if the other stuff are not sort of fixed first. But it is there and it is important. So I'm not underestimating that for any stretch of the imagination, but it needs to be built in the right order. So number 6 is your brand. And whilst there may be some overlap between brand and marketing, I've separated them a little bit because actually this is more about what is your brand story? How are you going to be credible and trustworthy in the marketplace? What is your brand promise? What is it that when people think of your name, what is it that they actually feel and think of and perceive you as? Because that's really, really important. And it's not just logos and colors, but it's also the brand story that you build. It's what you stand for. It's your vision. It's your ethics. It's the whole picture in terms of how you are actually marketing and selling your brand in addition to your products and services. Because what you want to have is build your target market audience to really begin to trust you, find you sort of credible, get excited about your products, and really start desiring your offers in terms of products or services, because that's what you want to be doing, where people want to buy rather than you are trying to sell. Number 7 is systems and processes. And again, if you've watched any of my videos on this channel, you'll know I'm a huge believer in systems and processes. Building a business is about building systems and processes in place to make sure that actually things are repeatable, they're consistent, they're reliable, and they're efficient, they're effective. There's a video up here about building your systems and processes. Without systems and processes, you're going to be guessing. And And by guessing, that's when things can and will unfortunately go wrong, and you're just going to go around in circles without really getting very far. So please, if you've got all of these built so far, make sure that your next step becomes your systems and processes, because that's one of your main responsibilities as the CEO of your business, is actually to make sure that the right systems get built inside your business. The next one is financial know-how. It's one of your jobs as the CEO of your business to make sure that you've got enough cash in the bank always. You don't necessarily need to do all of the accounts, but you need to be able to understand that information and interpret it so that you can make decisions for your business based on the numbers that you're actually getting in place. And what you need to be looking at is, first of all, is there enough cash in the bank so that you can actually keep your business afloat, but also, is it making money? And then where do we actually put pockets of investment, and what key trigger points do we understand it's time to grow our business and invest some more, or actually let's hold on for a little bit because we need to have this cash flow going until we have this next trigger point. So understanding these sort of nuances within your business from a financial point of view is very important. And when you first start your business, finances is really important, but it's not as crucial at the early stages as all of the other stuff that we've put in place. And that's why I've left it a little bit later on. What I'm talking about here is really understanding how to manipulate your cash to understanding where to take your business to the next level and how you invest that money. If you'd like me to do a more detailed video on that, please write in the comments below and I'll make sure that I do one for you. The next one is leadership. Early on in your business, you might be a solopreneur just working for yourself, or you might have a very small team of outsourced people. Leadership is not as crucial at that stage. But as your business develops and grows, and now you've put down your the mindset is fixed, the purpose and the vision and your destination is sorted, you've got the right strategy, your offer and your products and services are amazing, your marketing, your branding, your systems and processes, and your financial knowledge and what you're doing with your finances is key. This is where you begin to invest in building your team. And this is where you get to start understanding what it means to be a good leader inside your business, and how do you actually lead and motivate and build an amazing team that can actually do a lot of the different specializations that maybe you can't even do yourself. And you're bringing in the right people to fill in those gaps so that you can really take your business to the next level. Productivity. And yes, I know it's like marketing in terms of I need to find more clients and I need to find more time are usually the big problems that I get asked by many entrepreneurs, but they're not actually the most important ones. And the reason why I left this one to the end is if you've already put the right systems and processes in place, and you understand how to move your money around, and you've built a team and you've become a great leader, you're going to understand that at that point, this is where you optimize your systems and processes. This is where you lead your team to become more productive. Whereas if you're just trying to find time and you're still running around like crazy without any kind of team, without systems and processes, without your offer being sound, without a right strategy, then fixing that is really not going to fix anything inside your business. And that's why being productive is super important. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the foundational elements, but it's not as important as the other ones. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to start breaking down how you go about diagnosing which one is the fundamental problem and the main obstacle in your business. One of the things that you can be doing is really start working down each of them in the order. So you basically pick mindset first and say, right, where is my CEO mindset? And then you work your way down. Then you say, right, okay, what is the purpose and the vision of the business? Do we have that solid? What is the strategy? And so on and so forth. And you work down. And actually, if you've got a particular problem, like, for example, where you say, I need to find more clients, try and ask yourself why many times until you get down, peeling the layers until you get down to the real cause. And then you say, well, actually, when I try and sell my product or service to people, they don't want to buy it because they go and prefer something else from a different competitor. Why? Because actually my product is not as strong as it needs to be because I've priced it too high, but it doesn't actually have the same features as another product. And then you begin to understand where your root cause fundamental problem is. However, what we've done is we've made it a lot simpler for you. We've actually created a free business triage quiz for you where we take you through these sets of questions. It takes you about 3 to 5 minutes, and actually what you get at the end of it is a free customized report that tells you how you're doing in each of these stages in your business and which one you need to focus on first and what steps to take to be able to actually rectify and fix them. But it's completely free. There's no obligation for you to do anything beyond that point. You just go there, answer the questions. It will even tell you what your biggest obstacle is straight away. But if you want to have that free customized report, then you'll put your email address in and then we'll be able to send you that. It's actually going to break down each of your questions and how you've answered them. Where are your strengths and weaknesses in each area of your business? It's really important to dig down and uncover what your main obstacle is and what's really holding you back, because no matter what shortcuts that you try and take, it's not going to fix the main cause problem. So fix that first, and then we can start layering on top so that then we can grow the business to the next level. I'll see you next time.